Welcome, my dear students, to Biology at Priyajit. Today we explore the phylum Mollusca, one of the most diverse and evolutionarily important group of invertebrates in the animal kingdom. From snails and oysters to squids and octopus, mollusks inhabit marine, freshwater and terrestrial environments across the globe. In this class, we will understand their key characteristics such as soft, unsegmented bodies, mantle and sail, muscular foot, radula, and advanced organ systems, and then study their systemic classification according to Rupert and Barnes 1994 in a clear, simple, and exam-oriented manner useful for UG and PG students. So the general characteristics of mollusca include their bilaterally symmetrical, soft, unsegmented body. Majority of them are aquatic, with a few being terrestrial. Their body is monomeric and highly variable, essentially with an anterior head bearing eyes and sensory tentacles. They have a large ventral foot and a posterior mantle cavity. Presence of a protective external dorsal sail. In some cases, it may be internal and covered by tissue or secondarily reduced or lost. The visceral mass in mollusk remains enclosed by a thick muscular fold of the body wall, which is called as the mantle. It also known as the mantle membrane. A toothed, chitinous, tongue-like ribbon, the radula, is present which assists in their feeding. The respiratory organs are in the form of one or more ctenidia or gills which are housed in the mantle cavity and the pulmonary sacs. They have an open blood vascular system with a heart enclosed by the pericardium is present, through which the intestine of the mollusk also passes. Their excretory organs include a pair of kidneys, such as a pair of sac-like kidneys opening proximally into the pericardium and discharging into the mantle cavity. Their nervous system comprises of a circumesophageal nerve ring and two pairs of ganglionated longitudinal cords with various modifications. Their sexes are usually separate. A few forms are hermaphrodite, typically with a single pair of gonads discharging the gametes into the mantle cavity. Their cleavage is spiral in nature. The development is either direct or indirect via trochophore and veliger larva. So the classification of mollusk according to Rupert and Barnes up to classes, they can be mollusk can be divided into three classes. The first one is the Aplacophora, second one is the Monoplacophora, then Polyplacophora, Scaphopoda, Gastropoda, Bivalvia, and Cephalopoda. So one by one we will discuss the general characteristics and examples of each classes. The first one is the class Aplacophora. They are worm-like mollusk, body covered by cuticle and their sail is absent. Their foot is absent or reduced to a ventral ridge. Their mantle is thick with minute calcareous spicules. Head is poorly marked and without eyes or sensory tentacles. There is no excretory organs. Their example includes Chaetoderma, Neominia and Proneominia. These are the examples, these are the images of the Chaetoderma. Now, Monoplacophora, body is bilaterally symmetrical and covered by a silt-like sail. On the ventral side of their body, there is a weakly muscular and circular foot surrounded laterally and posteriorly by an extensive mantle cavity. On the sides of the foot, there are present 5 to 6 pairs of monopectinate ctenidia. Their head is distinct but poorly developed and without sensory tentacles and eyes. On the posterior median end of the foot, an anus is present. Their radula is very much well developed. Examples include Neopilina and Vema. This is the image of Neopilina. Now Polyplacophora, their body is oval to somewhat elongated and dorsoventrally flattened. Their dorsal surface of their body is covered by 8 cell plates and the surrounding mantle forms a thick girdle, the cuticle. The broad muscular creeping foot is present on the ventral surface. Between the foot and the mantle cavity in the pallial groove there lies a number of gills. Their head is poorly developed, eyes and tentacles are absent. Their radula is large and bears many teeth. Examples include chiton, loricata, lepidopleurus, chitopleura, etc. Scaphopoda. It has a presence of tubular tusk-like cell. This is the example of Dentalium, an example of Scaphopoda. Their elongated body completely enclosed by the mantle. From the large ventral opening of the cell, this is the large ventral opening, projects the conical or cylindrical burrowing foot and buccal region. Their buccal mass possesses a radula. The small proboscis-like head lacks eyes and sensory tentacles. Their paired clusters of narrow, clamped adhesive contractile filaments at the captacula surrounding the mouth and are used in feeding. Their gills are absent. Instead, a part of mantle serves for gaseous exchange. The circulatory water enters and leaves through the small posterior opening. They possess a single gonad that discharges via the right kidney. Examples include Dentalium and Cadulus. Class Gastropoda. The muscular foot is present below the digestive system and visceral mass. Their visceral mass is twisted at 180 degree in an anti-clockwise direction, adjust for torsion relative to the head and foot. Their mantle cavity occupies a forwardly facing position with the anus and kidneys discharging anteriorly. Their cell is in one piece and asymmetrically spiraled. Their head is distinct with one or two pairs of tentacles and eyes. In the digestive system, their buccal mass contains a scraping radula. They have a well-developed foot and crawling foot is present. The mantle cavity contains a single pair of bipectinate gill or ctenidia. Their chemoreceptive sense organs in the mantle cavity is called the ostradium, which is present. So examples include patella, heliotis, pila, murex and cypria. This is the images of pila. Now class bivalvia, there is a laterally compressed body enclosed within a pair of cell valves, relatively sedentary or even sessile. Their head is indistinct and a radula is absent. Their foot is blade-like in burrowing species and reduced in attached forms. Their mouth is provided with two pairs of labial palps. Their examples include Nicula, Eoldia and Solemia. These are images of Nicula. And finally, this is the class Cephalopoda. Their foot is modified into a series of prehensile arms or tentacles and siphon. Their scales are absent or reduced and covered by the mantle in most species. This group of Cephalopoda has a well-formed head bearing large eyes. Mouth possesses a radula and jaws. Presence of a single gonad and development of the cephalopoda is direct. Examples include Nautilus, Sepia, Loligo, Octopus and Argonauta. These are images of octopus. So thank you my dear students for joining this class. Today we explored phylum Mollusca, focusing on their general characteristics. We also understood how their classification helps explain the divergent and evolutionary success of this phylum. So molluscs are not only biologically important but also play vital roles in ecology, economy and human life. So I hope this class strengthened your understanding for UG and PG Zoology. Keep learning and see you in the next class. Thank you also again.